So the last piece of this puzzle is dealing with all this analog outboard equipment with my summer. And the silver bullet for that is this device called the Flock Audio Patch. And what it is a 32 input, 32 output analog patch bay that's digitally controlled. So with that 32 I/O in mind and the amount of outboard gear I have and the way my Neve is configured, I decided the best use of this gear would be to use it as a mastering signal chain. So with that in mind, I've decided that I want my cue send, my insert mix return, as well as the master insert available on the Flock patch. So let me show you how that all works here. So this is the Flock Audio Patch app, and this lets me route all my analog gear in the analog domain, but controlled from here. And the great thing about this is I can stay in mix position the entire time while making these choices, instead of like bending off to the side with a traditional patch bay, or sometimes having to physically rewire things. All of that pain in the ass is off the table, and it's all available right here. So if we go to hardware setup, you can see all my gear is defined. So I have my back CQ, my SSL, my Chandler, and on it goes. And you'll notice that not all of them are matched ins and outs. Like here's an example, my output 3 and 4 is feeding the matrix ADC 3 and 4 in, and I still have these 3 and 4 inputs here available for something else. If it just had an output, if it was just a signal generator of some sort. It's empty, and I can make that choice later. If we scroll down to the bottom here, you'll see the Neve inserts right here, from Neve insert left, and then to Neve insert left, and so on and so on. And these are unlinked, which means I could have this at the top of the path, and this near the bottom somewhere. And let me just show you how that works now. So let's say I wanted to add a compressor to my insert. First, we need to have the Neve insert available. So let's say from Neve insert left and right, I'll just put this anywhere. It doesn't matter where. And let me just show you what happens here. If I hit play in Logic, I've reconnected those meters so you can see the individual sum elements right here. Here is our master output from the Neve, and here's what's coming out of Pro Tools. So if we end up making our mix too hot, we can turn down the master of the Neve and get a better recorded signal without clipping. So you'll notice right now I have from Neve insert left and right, but nothing's going back there. So if I engage my insert right now, we're gonna lose signal. And to demonstrate that, if we put our Neve 2 insert left and right, if I engage my insert, now the signal's going through this patch here and going back to the Neve. So far we have no signal, so we're not going to hear a difference. But this just demonstrates that signal is going through the patch and going back to the Neve. So at this point, all we have to do is just drag and drop whatever gear we want on here. So if I dragged my Bricasti onto this, now we're going to hear 100% wet reverb. Not ideal for a master mix, but I am feeling kind of spacey. So there we go. And you can notice I can add more space here. I can just drop these up and down, and I can create some gaps. I can just stack on more stuff if I wanted to. Maybe I want the my Waves Max BCL at the end to do a hard limit. Maybe add some subharmonic bass, I don't know. The idea here is I can just mix and match and experiment and do whatever I want. So that's my insert. Another thing I like to do is maybe I just want reverb on one element just to give it a little bit more space. So I can actually tap my cue send. So here's from 8816Q left and right. I can pop this anywhere. To 8816 return left and right. That's this IML knob right here. So if I want the Bricasti there, I just pop it in. So it's top down. And now at this point, let's say I wanted some reverb just on my 5 and 6. I can engage those cues and I can turn on the return. Let's take a listen. There it is. A little bit extreme, but you can hear what I'm doing. My eventual goal is to maybe have another patch, and then that way I can access these summing inputs as well. You know, maybe I want a compressor just on 1 and 2, the drums or something like that. So far, I don't have that option because, again, the patch only has 32 I/O. So Right now, it's more about having all the gear readily available for the inserts versus having them available for all these individual summing stems here. This is just for my composing workflow. Like, let's say I wanted to record an instrument or recorded vocals or something like that. All I'd have to do is just clear this out. Notice how I have my matrix 3 and 4 ends here. I could just choose that, and then I could be like, you know what? I want that to record dry. I could leave my knee where it is, and I could be like, you know what? My mic is on 3 and 4. Boom. And once I have all these different workflow configurations figured out, I never actually have to open this at all. I just go to File, I click on Open, or I could have the file available on my desktop and I double click it, and instantly my studio is routed. Same thing goes with the patch app. I don't actually have to do this manually every time. Here's an example here where I have one set for one of the shows I'm working on already. So it just remembers how I like it set. Just a preset right here. I have another one just for recording microphones and another one just for recording instruments, and on it goes. So just to wrap it up, I hope that seeing these in action shows you how easy it is to reconfigure the studio on the fly, or just create your hard set workflows, and then you can just quickly jump between them quite easily. So in review, it was the Avid Matrix, the Trinoff Demon 6, and the Flock Audio Patch.